Dad and the con. His mother, my grandmother, was 15. His father was 16. They went to Chicago where a JP married them. They came back to Indianapolis, separated. He went somewhere to parts unknown. She went to live with her mother. Dad was born August 2nd, 1914. Counting backwards, he must have been conceived around Christmas, 1913. Dad never knew them until he was in his 30s, and they, in their own separate ways, came to leech on him. He was never allowed to call, I was never allowed to call him Grandma or Grandpa. They were Margaret and Bill. Dad was Margaret's only child. Bill remarried and had two more kids. Margaret, with her new husband, would come to visit for Sunday dinner once in a while with uh, with her new husband named Charles Craig. Not his real name, but that's another story. I think he was number four. He, an unsuccessful, cheap con man, not unlike Bill, and as it turns out, not unlike my father, and as it turns further out, not unlike me, but more about that later. Here's the basis of the cheap con. I'm sure it is still used today. Telephone a small business, get the owner or manager online, tell him you were a high-ranking union official or influential Republican, and to stay on your good side. An ad in the official newspaper of the organization would keep him on the influential good side. Ask him, and the pitch always ended this way. Fair enough? It's hard to believe, but 3 out of 4 times it was fair enough. In Bill's day, that would cost you $20 or so. By the time I got into it, it would cost you a couple of hundred. Easy living. Oh yeah. I suppose the racket still goes on, but I left it over 50 years ago. I sold ads for the Labor Digest and the Hoosier Republican, both phony papers, but we would put but we would put 1 out of 3 or 4 times a year just to seem at least sort of legit. We had absolutely no connection with any union or political party. I suppose, looking back on it, we were by trade criminals, but alas, the statute of limitations is long past. After a couple of years of it, I couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand the deceit of it. Or the life I was living generally, and got out. Dad stayed in it for the rest of his life, and he died in 1986.